Hey, what's up? Okay, this is the second video for tessellations. So in this video, we're going to explore more tessellations. Okay, so we're going to dive deeper into tessellations to find out more about it. Before we start, let's do a very quick recap. What is tessellations? Now, basically, a tessellation is when you cover a surface with a pattern. So a tessellation is a pattern of unit shapes. So remember, every tessellation has at least one unit shape. Okay, and these unit shapes must form a pattern such that there are no gaps and no overlaps. Okay, so no gaps, no overlaps. So that is what a tessellation is all about. Now before I move on, I just want to introduce you to this fella called MC Escher. I mean, I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He is a renowned artist. Okay, he is actually more famous for his art that is mathematically inspired. It means he's inspired by math, and he uses the math concept to create art. And one of his more famous creations are these tessellations work. So you see, these are basically birds. If you can look carefully, these are birds and fishes, swans and fishes, I think. So he actually uses these to make his art piece. So he's inspired by tessellations. So just to have a glimpse of how tessellations has inspired even artists. So who knows, next time some of you may be artists and you may be inspired by art and may be inspired, and you can combine art and math together. Okay, so let's move on. Now, when we look at tessellations, we can actually tessellate more than one way. Okay, now you are familiar with this. Okay, the unit shape is this. Let me just fill it up. Okay, now, so this is one way of tessellating. I can actually tessellate this unit shape in another way by rotating. So the whole idea is I can actually rotate and tessellate it in different ways. So I can tessellate it like this, okay, where this second row I actually shift it a little bit out. Okay, alright, so I can tessellate like this. Okay, yeah, okay, that's better. Alright, tessellate like this, or I can tessellate in another way. Alright, where I position my blocks like this. Okay, so you see my unit shape is still this. Alright, for all three tessellations, my unit shape is still that rectangle, but the way I tessellate is different. So these are three different tessellations with the same unit shape. So that's it. Okay, again, remember, no gaps, no overlaps. So long you satisfy that, it is a tessellation. Okay, now I can also tessellate in other ways. I can actually take this basic unit shape and I can change, I can morph, I can warp it. So in one of the websites that I've shown you, this was one of the websites that you may or may not have played around with. So I just wanted to show you very quickly. Now, this is the basic rectangle that we looked at. Okay, now if I actually were to start pull my shape this way, okay, now I form something like this. When I tessellate, this becomes a new tessellation. But the unit shape is this, but it comes from the rectangle. Okay, let's try another one. Let me pull this way, pull this that way, and now I tessellate. See? Again, I have another set of tessellation. So there are many ways in which you can tessellate. Okay, and you can just take this basic unit shape and change it to whatever you want. You can make it as complex as you want. Okay, so I can make it like very complex, but the base is actually from the rectangle. Okay, so whoa, this is now very complex, but my original form was the rectangle. When I tessellate, ooh, looks like birds or eagles. Okay, so tessellations, just to recap, we can tessellate in more than one way, alright, either by arranging it differently or by rotating it. Okay, so that's it. Basically, that's all you need to learn about tessellations. Once again, what is a tessellation? Is a pattern with unit shapes, no overlaps, no gaps. So long you have that, you have a tessellation. Doesn't matter how you rotate, turn, shift it around. Okay, right. See you in class. Bye.